Welcome to St John's for our weekly update. In fact, this week, this is part one of the weekly update. The weekly updates are usually offered on a Thursday morning. There will be a second update this week on Friday, and that is, of course, because we are in the midst of a lockdown and we are not sure whether the lockdown will extend past Friday. I'm sure that early on Friday, sometime around lunchtime, we will know whether the lockdown will be lifted on Friday evening or will continue. And if the lockdown is to continue, it will affect adversely the many activities that we plan for this weekend. So in terms of part one, I can say that there are a number of things that are proceeding, whether there is a lockdown or not. And so Sunday evenings, mystics, theologians and God-botherers will continue because the presentation is being offered to us by Dr. Andrew McGowan from Yale University, looking at Pauline Murray, the first Afro-American female priest to be ordained in the US. That presentation will be offered on Zoom, and we will proceed with that offering even if we cannot meet in person in the cathedral. So that's one thing to look forward to should the weekend see us locked down. Another activity that will definitely go ahead this weekend is the Journey. The Journey meets by Zoom in any case. The Journey exists to allow us to explore how faith and life intersect by inviting us to reflect on several questions that help us to explore the gospel for the day more deeply. So if you'd like to join us on Sunday afternoon, we will be meeting at 4 o'clock, whether there is a lockdown or not. Other activities that you can partake in during the lockdown include listening to the latest of our podcasts. This one features Sarah Bachelard, who returns to us for the third time, looking at the idea of practice and habit, about how we can develop through repeated practice habits that will actually see us through times of stress and challenge. And many of us are perhaps discovering that during this lockdown, that there are things that give us some sense of stability, even though we are in a time of incredible instability. As you would be aware, most states in Australia are battling the Delta strain of the COVID virus at the present time. And so we're mindful of all those who are isolated and feeling stressed by that experience. It's certainly incredibly dislocating for all of us. And Sarah talks with Dom, Sue and I about how together we can develop some practices that will actually see us through such times, not just corporate times of stress and challenge, but also individual times of stress and challenge. You might also like to take up the opportunity of filling in the IPAN survey. As I've previously announced, I'm one of the commissioners for the IPAN inquiry into the effect of the Australia-US alliance. So the inquiry is certainly interested in hearing positive views as well as those that ask deep questions. And to help us explore the issue, IPAN have actually recently released a short survey. So I'll include a link to the survey, and you might like to fill that in as one of the exercises you're doing while you're at home. Our website continues to grow. We've been gathering resources for things like Saints on a Mission and the weekly reflections. Saints on a Mission now has its own page in the spirituality section of the website. So if you'd like to review the material that's been used during that wonderful presentation on a Friday morning at 10:30, you can go directly to the website and find the input material for any and every one of the offerings that Blair has made. And finally, today we acknowledge that today, the 1st of July, is the 150th anniversary of the coming of the light, the day when the gospel arrived in the Torres Strait. The people of the Torres Strait see that essentially as their national day. It's a day when they discovered their common humanity and their common identity. It's an incredible day of celebration for the people of the Torres Strait. So we send our warmest congratulations to the people of the Torres Strait and the people of the Diocese of North Queensland as they enter into that time of celebration. As I mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, there will be part 2 offered on Friday, and on Friday I will explore the other offerings that we have coming up in the life of the Cathedral and how those offerings will be shaped by the lockdown should it continue. We are more than aware that times such as lockdowns are incredibly stressful for so many people. If you need someone to talk to, please give us a call or send us an email and we will ring you at a time that's convenient to you. One of the ways and one of the gifts we have certainly in these days is the gift of technology so that we can stay in touch with one another. Peace be with you.